story when I was in college, and I had a pretty weird approach to it. I mentioned that I don't use the library like most people do. Um, I don't use it for the numerous resources or the reflective atmosphere or the rooms that run around or spread everything out. I use it because I believe in the power of that. And I believe it comes from when you sit down and you scan everyone around you. You see the people staring off into space, you see them texting, you see them sleeping on the couch in the corner, and I zap all their brain power and I use it to complete all of my assignments. And I talked about how I wished I had that attitude in high school. I had an attitude that was kind of like a drive-through for my library. I wanted to turn in this book, take 10 minutes and read it, and then turn it back in and have that kind of approach. And I see that some students still have that. But now I want to show that my students can have other resources available to them in all their capacities, even if it means the power of that, but also in the technologies that they use in the classroom. I don't just have libraries to show them now. I have a whole other field to work with. And as I've worked with more and more students, I noticed that changing the game, baseball field was up there, is what gets them excited. So then, when I was in my field experience, my last day, my students wrote notes to me, just giving me advice for my, I guess, life in general, but also teaching. And the first one that stood out to me, a lot of them gave me was just don't give up, but I take that as now I believe in being persistent with my students. I don't want to give up after one failed lesson or one student says, what the heck are you talking about? I don't want to do that. And I also believe in being patient. The bus will come if you wait for it, unless you're from my hometown when they just sometimes send them out. But they will come, students will get it, and
What
as
did I
long as
say
you're
about my
persistent and purposeful with your practices,
The
they'll get
buses didn't get sent
it
out
eventually
sometimes.
in different ways. I also have to be confident, and I struggle with this the most, probably, as you can see. But I get freaked out really easily, and all of my students, I think they've seen me sweat, but they were like, "We know you care. Just be confident with it, and we'll help you." Being flexible. In every lesson that I've done, I've had to adapt it in a million different ways. So I know that there's going to be random problems thrown in my way, and I want to be flexible to changing my lessons around for students so that they have the best time with it. All of them said always be. And I think they told me I already had that down, and sometimes I am a little too sweet, but I think every kid needs some nurturing. Um, but then some of them surprised me and said always be strict. And what my friends would call that is when I have my spicy Italian side and just show like that you're a little heated. And I think students will know that if you reprimand them, that you care. So I feel like that is important too. My teacher gave me a really good piece of advice. She said always let them do over. And I've noticed through her grading, she does let them do over, and it